Now, I don't know about you, but you guys just ever, stop and think and wondered, what happened to stealth games? Now, as you guys should know on this channel by now, and if you watch my content or social or anything like that, you guys know I am a big stealth games fan. You guys know Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. I play those the most, and you feel me? I like these type of games, but nowadays you don't see these games too often no more. Because again, these games when they came out, they ruled. Like I said, you had Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid, and other games like that. And those two series are the best known when it comes to stealth games, sneaking around and all that good stuff. But nowadays, you just look around and you don't see anything. Splinter Cell is pretty much dead. Now, I know Metal Gear Solid just got that remake package or whatever it's called, but we haven't seen like a new game from them. And Splinter Cell, we have not seen nothing. Although they did say we could get a remake of the first game at some point, we still haven't seen nothing. So it's like they're pretty much gone, and I just want to know what happened to them. All right, let's start with Splinter Cell. So in the early 2000s, Ubisoft, they dropped Splinter Cell, the first game in 2002. And, I played this for the first time. I played most of the games, but we'll start with the first game. I played this game and it was pretty amazing for 2002. The game was so amazing. The mechanics, the way you played, the graphics, layout, everything was pretty good. And then over time, we got, Pandora Tomorrow. But the game I'm really going to be focusing on mostly is Chaos Theory, because again, Chaos Theory defined what it meant to be a stealth game. Like, you guys know, 2005, this game came out, the graphics, how the game played, everything, the new dynamic lighting, the graphics, like I said, everything in that game was amazing. And again, it also, set the tone of what stealth games could be. Like, it was so amazing. But you feel me, over time, Ubisoft started changing, and then we got games like, Double Agent, which added some cool things. They did take some stuff from Chaos Theory, but they started to, lean more towards like the cinematic story rather than, what we had before. And the game changed drastically. Like, you can make a comparison or look at a comparison between, Chaos Theory and Double Agent, and then you'll see what I mean. And then we got Conviction after, and this is why I really wanted to even do this video in the first place, because of how games are just completely gone or changed, stealth games in particular. Because Conviction, they really just changed up the game to the point that it didn't even feel like what Splinter Cell was. Like, it feels more like a John Wick action game rather than a stealth game, which kind of messed up the series in my opinion. And that's why people always say like this game was the black sheep of the series and it made them lose their identity. Now, Blacklist came up and we thought it was going to be a return to form. I played a little bit of Blacklist and I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I was getting into it really good. And again, it seemed like we were returning to formula of what the first game in Chaos Theory was with Blacklist. The only thing, you guys know what happened, we didn't have Michael Ironside voicing Fisher in that game, but it was fine. Overall, the game still holds up well for 2013. Graphics, everything like that was still good. And again, that was the last Splinter Cell game we got, and we haven't seen anything since, because then Ubisoft has just went silent. We can't get anything for the game, no matter how many times we ask. We got nothing for over 10 years. Now, again, they did say that in 2020, they announced the remake for the first game, the 2002 game. Now, we haven't seen anything yet since. It's been like, what, 5 years since 2020? Because we're in 2025. We have not seen anything. So, I don't know what they plan to do, but I'm really hoping that I can see, something. Because we need these games back. And with games like Resident Evil and all these other games getting remakes and remasters and whatnot, I feel like Splinter Cell can definitely be a good game as a remake and get people and new people into the series. And again, if they want to do a remake, they can look at Chaos Theory, because again, Chaos Theory is literally the best game in the series. You can go around, ask anyone, ask any YouTuber or stealth fan, whatever, they'll tell you that Chaos Theory is the best game hands down in the series. I've played this game more times than I can count, so I can sit here and tell you that, you know, if they have to make a remake, they definitely need to look in to Chaos Theory as the game to take cues from that remake, because again, it's the best game in the series. And you know, people, like I said, if they want to get into it, I would recommend that game mostly. You can play the first game, but if you want a definitive stealth game, you know, splintercell Chaos Theory is the game. And again, this is why I say we need these series back, because I don't know what's going on. And like I said, this is the game that got me into these stealth games, and we have not seen anything since. So I'm really hoping that, you know, we do return to form and we do get these games back. And then we have, you know, Metal Gear Solid. Now, like I said, I did play more Splinter Cell than Metal Gear Solid, but I did play a few Metal Gear Solids here and there. And again, Metal Gear Solid was a really dope game too. It had an amazing storytelling, and it had creative wrapped into one. Like, you can, you know, first of all, we had like cool locations and stuff for Snake to blend into and stealth around and all that. We had things like you can hide in boxes and move around and all types of, like, again, that shit really showed what stealth games could be too. And again, it was really amazing. You could change camos, you can hide in grass, camouflage, all that. It was really amazing too. And then the newer games, like, you know, the Phantom Pain, for example, it took things to a whole new level. It was more open world, flexible, and it also gave players a lot more freedom to basically do missions however they wanted. You could sneak, go loud, and do both, which is kind of crazy because Blacklist, they offered the same thing where you could be stealthy or you could be loud if you wanted to, although I am more like a, you know, stealth guy. Like, the game is a stealth game, so I would play in the stealth format, but you know, both options were there. But you know, like I said, these games, Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, you know, those are the two best stealth games. And again, they really define what stealth games are. Like, if you know, talk about stealth games with anybody, these are the two games, you know, that has to come up when talking about stealth, the stealth genre in general. It's like, you know, I just miss this type of feeling, you know, like sometimes I just miss, like, you know, sitting in the dark, waiting for a guard to walk by, or waiting in the shadows, or waiting to grab somebody, interrogate them, do whatever. You know, I just miss that feeling, because like I said, stealth games are a big part of me growing up, and I really enjoy these games. Splinter Cell, Metal Gear, all these games, I really enjoyed them. And you know, I just want people to feel the same result, because again, stealth games are really cool. It's not like, you know, these action games where you just run up and do all kinds of shit. You actually have to, you know, be smart, plan your movements, and wait for the perfect moments to do things. And I do like games like that. They're games that you don't have to rush and you don't have to ruin your pacing. I just love games that keep it slow and keep it, you know, relaxing and cool. Now, there is moments where, you know, you could be stealthy and it could mess you up sometimes, because I've seen this happen a lot in Splinter Cell, especially when playing on the expert difficulties, where you would, even when you move slow, you can make one wrong move in the environment. And again, this game had dynamics where, like, if you made noise in the environment, or the environment is making noise, you know, guards and stuff like that can hear that. So you really have to plan out your movements and plan out what you do. And again, I love games that do that. So hopefully, you know, one day we do get that remake. Maybe 2026 we'll see something from Ubisoft. And if Metal Gear Solid can return back to what it was, you know, I'm sure we'll have the stealth genre back. And again, more people are getting into, want people to experience these amazing stealth games, because like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys had fun with them back in the day, since you guys know these games, and I had fun with them too. So I'm really hoping that, you know, we can return back to that original formula that we once had. All right, and I'm gonna wrap up the video here, man. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, you feel me? Let me know what you guys think down below about these stealth games and the stealth genre in general. Do you enjoy them? Do you like them? Do you want them to return back to form, or want them back in general? Let me know down below. Let me know what your favorite stealth game series is. As you guys know, mine is obviously Splinter Cell. I do like metalgearsolid, but Splinter Cell's at the top for me. But you guys probably have something different. So, let me know down below. Drop your thoughts and comments down below what you guys think. Again, hit that like button, hit that sub button, turn on the notifications. We're trying to go crazy on the channel, all that, Share the video around if people want some good content, to let them tune over here, you feel me, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm Neon V2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace out. I'm out of here, man.